Hey dude, so I did exactly what I did. What does this mean right down there? That thing's just, it's like thinking. It had start streaming, and as soon as I hit the manage out of that one, it went from start streaming to that. Like maybe it doesn't have a signal, which doesn't make sense because we're fiber out here and I've got full service, so I don't understand. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. What? Wait, wait. Okay, but can you hear me right now? Just you, Chad, Evan, Star Wars Addict, are you there? Just give me a yes, you're live kind of thing. Can you guys hear me right now, or did I go dead again? This is so frustrating because I'm clueless about this stuff. Yeah. It sounds like that I'm on a spaceship. Does that mean the sound is crappy, or we can hear you? Okay, cool. Okay, well, damn. I hope I don't lose you guys again. I don't even know where I left off, so I guess maybe I'll just start over again. And I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. This is my first live stream, and since I've started my channel in almost a year, um, and I know you guys that are watching right now are like, okay, cool, thanks, Chad. So uh, this is not my gallery, um, but yeah, so many things I want to tell you guys. It sucks because I was talking and I felt like I was doing pretty good solo, but yeah, where did I leave off? So about the channel, about Starkiller 77 and the content. Let's just start talking about content. Um, Sounds good. So I care very much for the content that comes to the channel. I want to make sure it's not just repetition, just throwing out a bunch of stuff. I want to make sure that every time somebody hops on Starkiller 77 channel, that you know it's educational, it's inspiring. Um, you leave with some ideas or feeling good about it, you know. And so that all being said, I've got so many things in the works right now. I've got I'm working on 6 scale stuff. I'm working on studio scale stuff. As you guys might know, look, watch this. I'm gonna go boom on the Star Destroyer yesterday, and it's being edited by my buddy Nico. And I can't wait to show you guys that. It's cool. We did with the big blue screen. We're able to do like the stars background, so we're going to compare the original to my Kit Bash Studio Star Destroyer. But not to get off too much. Hey Johnny, how you doing, buddy? So where we're at right now is I was talking about my gallery and how cluttered it was getting. You know, we as collectors tend to get a little carried away in our collecting, and what ends up happening is your clean little display room starts looking like dog crap. So that being said, mine was starting, in my humble opinion, to look too cluttery, and I'm fortunate because where I live out on 20 acres, and my gallery is separate from the house, so I'm able to, expand and do little things, as needed. So what we're doing is we're breaking out of the existing gallery and we're expanding. We're going to be expanding and doing when I say standalone, it's a separate room connected to the existing building, but it's going to be about 1,000 square foot of studio scale models, and it's going to be very well lit. You'll be able to really appreciate all the artists' hard work. Um, Thank you. I'm glad we're still alive. I hope I don't lose you guys again because I'm thinking it's something that I'm doing. So But yeah, so I'm looking at doing the getting the gallery going, and I'm real excited. If you guys have been to Disney, the one it was closed when I went to the one in California, but they have the launch bay, and there's a lot of really cool studio models in there, which I'm really blessed to know that the builder of a lot of those models did a lot of my models. But I want to create a really kick-ass setup, and this is, studio models. Let's face it, they're going away because of the first. It's just such a hard thing to get into, to find a builder, to find people that are casting anymore. It's just kind of going away. So that being said, 3D printing, as everybody knows, is coming out, which, you can get some really cool things in 3D print, which it's the future. I mean, my buddy Jason Eaton, he does a lot of 3D print stuff, and man, there's nothing like it. But it takes a lot more to just print something out of the machine. It's the finished product, right, that matters. But, so I'm not against the 3D print at all. It is little, I do want to keep the original model and kit bash and how it was all done, and that's why I'm blessed to know that, 95% of the models I have, which I have about right now about 30 to 35 studio models, and they're all, custom models. There's nothing that was, in a production or anything like that. So, but anyway, so we got the gallery, and then we had my buddy Jens come down, and with Legacy Arts, and I was getting carried away with this Jabba thing, this palace that we did, and it's huge, and I don't have a lot of room for that thing, so. I was laughing and telling my buddy Gabe, with Collection Wars, that, hey man, I'm done, I'm just buying too much stuff, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to get a couple little things, and here we go. Find myself getting ready to create another 600 square foot of 6-scale dioramas, which is going to be really cool because I love dioramas, as you guys know. If you see some of my videos on the channel, you'll see that I love dioramas, no matter what the scale is. But 6-scale is really cool because, you got a 12-inch figure, and when you do a diorama around it, I mean, there's a lot of detail involved because it's such a big item. So it'd be really cool to put some things together. So you guys knew that I just jumped in on the Jabba the Hutt thing, and we're still working on the Rancor cave. And so when Jens came to visit, and it was really cool and inspiring, and we started bumping heads about what we can do together. And so, we decided that, to start out, I wanted to do Luke's home. I thought that would be really cool. When he looks over the sunset, the holes in there, you can look down and see the actual house that they lived in, and then, have the moisture evaporators out there with the lights and the sand and a speeder, and then I'll do like a plexi backlit light with the twin suns so I can set it up in different scenes. But still, that one little thing takes up like 12 feet by 10 feet. That's a lot of square footage. So it eats up, even if you have 600, 700 square feet, which is quite a bit, it eats it up so fast. So I got to be sure that, make sure that, you're limited on some of the things that you can do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Luke's home. We're going to theme this Tatooine. So, we thought about it would be really kick-ass. I was thinking, man, it'd be so cool to have the crate dragon across the snow and the sand, and just 3PO walking, and maybe have the escape pod popped open with a couple little droid pieces, a backstory, and kind of make that happen in the backstory. But less could be better. It doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff on it, but wouldn't that be crazy? Can you imagine having that crate dragon come around the sand and the display? So we thought about that, and then also Obi-Wan Kenobi's home on the cliff. So I could do it like in a corner, and then Jabba's place, that's also Tatooine. So I did kind of want to do a little bit of a forest, for the Ewoks. My buddy Joel did a beautiful job on this Ewok, and even though I was never really into the Ewoks, I thought, dude, this would be really kick-ass to, kind of set them in there in a real realistic scene. You guys know how I roll, dude. It's not going to look cheesy. So to have it to where you don't even see the Ewoks unless you point them out. And that's kind of what I'd like to do. I think that would be really fun. But that all being said, it's time and it's money. But the biggest thing is getting it all built. And then, so, a lot of really crazy cool things that are going on. So you guys are throwing out comments. Let's see. Star Wars addict, I feel your pain. Yep. Take her home myself. Room is overwhelming. It's starting to look more like a trash compactor. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get carried away. You know, we all do it. There's not one person watching this stream that doesn't get carried away. I've said it so many times. Uh, um, yeah, I don't know how to turn up the audio, bro. I don't know how to do that. I'll make sure I turn up the audio in the next one. So, but can you still hear me okay? Man, it's cool, man. Hey, Evan. Evan, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I have no service in here, but man, I'm getting this. I'm getting it. And great words, great things. Yeah, so man, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. You know, I'm not going to take up everybody's time today. I appreciate y'all hopping on too for sure. You know, if you guys don't already know, you know, on TNT it's Star Wars weekend, so you kind of feel guilty when you got the football games on and all that stuff, but then you know Star Wars is playing. So like you know, I've been you know I can't sleep without the TV. So all night long I got Star Wars playing in the room, so it's pretty cool, and the family's used to it, so they have to just deal with it. So it's hilarious. So let's see, how are we doing? Maybe just okay. 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 So, but anyways, okay, let's see. Can hear, but super fuzzy and low. Oh man, that sucks. Hey, hello from Russia. That's awesome. Um, okay, cool. Yeah, you're right. So I'll just maybe get a little closer, but we'll be laughing about this in a couple of weeks because I'll have it. So I got this little cool little button thing so I can switch off. And we'll just see how it works. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So you know that's what I've got going. I'm just trying to get things where it's organized, where when you come in, you know, because I'm happy with what I have. If I don't get another thing of Star Wars, you know, I'm so blessed to have what I already have, and it's really really cool. Um, just find the oh man, but I don't want to freaking hang up on you guys or something. I know it's something very simple. I'm gonna try. I'll try. But it says the volume's up all the way. You can go into settings. All right. I'm just not gonna mess with any other guys. Okay. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, but anyways, just as long as you guys can hear me and we can just keep talking. Yeah, don't get me doing stuff. I'm just gonna mess it all up. So, but yeah, what I was gonna tell you guys, once I get the six scale room, man, I thought about, you know, with the celebration happening and everything, everyone says, hey, Michael, you gotta, you know, charge admission to come over here. Never. But I would like to have all of the people that watch my channel maybe have like a day out of the year that we could give plenty of time, and we can have a big shindig out on my ranch, you know, have everybody come out and barbecue for everybody, you know, and no charge, but I get to show everybody and, you know, enjoy doing what I do with all you guys, and you guys can experience everything that I've done, and y'all been along for the journey on a lot of it, you know, so I think that would be really, really cool. I don't know anybody who's ever done stuff like that before, but, you know, I've got an arsenal of weapons, so I'm not worried about anybody stealing from me. Um, but I just think it'd be cool to have, you know, all you dudes out at the ranch to see what I got going on. And what's crazy is, you know, as Gabe and I started our Collection Wars channel, we have just absolutely, not have we just blown up the channel in a short amount of time because it's positive and it's fun and we enjoy what we do and you, the viewer, can see that. But the friendships, it's just so awesome, you know. Now you guys are on watching me on this deal. Um, let's see here. You know, let's see. Okay. Yeah. So my boy Nico, who set me up on this, said that he's going to help me, uh, you know, get this stuff all adjusted later. So, but anyway, hope you guys are having a good one. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Just as long as it's not telling me what to do on my computer, because I don't freaking know. Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah, Marcel. Yeah. So I'm supposed to get, I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch the show last night, but I went ahead and spilled the beans on the ball speeder from the New Hope that Jens over at Legacy Arts is doing. It's a really, really cool piece. Just please keep in mind there is only going to be 20 of them on this run, but keep in mind there's just one person or there's two people that are working on this thing, and it takes a lot because they're scratched, their hand, yeah, every one is made, individually, so it does take a while to do a run, and we want to make sure that we don't oversell and then have problems and upset people because we're just offering it exclusive through our channel, but yet, you know, um, helping out the artists at the same time. We got some really, I can't wait to tell you what we're doing with Marcel, and obviously we know what he does for a living, and he does a great job at it, but I'm actually more excited about this print than anything that I've seen yet, so, and then what we have planned down the road. And then we have another artist, Michelle, that I met for the first time last night, who is awesome. So exclusives are really cool, and we've had people actually reaching out from the UK. It's weird, it's crazy, because we got to make sure that there's quality control. We're not going to offer a bunch of exclusives and then, have problems, because we're taking on not the liability, but we're sending them out through the channel. So, but I'd love so much hanging with Gabe and you guys. It's a good time. So back on Starkiller 77, I want to be able to focus a little bit more on some tutorial builds, whether it's life size, whether it's studio scale. Even though I'm not the model builder or the painter, I can sure display them well, I think, anyways. But yeah, just so many things I want to tell you about. There's one project that, so we were going to display at Celebration, but there's just with the lack of communication with Celebration and with all the crap with COVID and shots and masks and all that crap, I'm really nervous because I sure the hell don't want to miss Celebration. But that being said, I'm definitely not going to be able to display what I wanted to surprise everybody with. There's a few of you guys know what I'm doing, but it's an absolutely amazing one-off piece built by an amazing artist, and it's freaking huge. It's about total with the base about 11 feet tall. So I can't tell everybody what it is, but it's really cool, and I'm hoping that it'll be completed by March. It's badass, I'm just going to tell you. And I said that I wasn't going to be doing those things, and I'm doing that. So, and I'm going to tell y'all what it is. It's really cool. I suck keeping secrets. But, anyways. What, George Lucas, let's see, what's Johnny saying? Johnny. George Lucas does that with Skywalker Ranch. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, thanks for the nice word. Man, you guys are so freaking cool. It's cool I got Eben watching, and Eben's growing. Joey, the Padawan collector with the vintage, he's growing. My boy George, I'm proud of everything that guy does. He really helped me out early on and supported the channel just like Eben. You guys are just awesome. It's so crazy, the stuff that you put out, but I care so much that the content that I'm putting out is good content, right? It's not shitty. So what I'd like you guys to do is let me know what you guys would like to see a little bit more. If you're happy with what I'm doing, awesome. I said it at the beginning of this. I care about the content I'm putting out. I don't want it to be crappy content. So, if you're into 6 scale, you'll get excited when we do the 6 scale stuff. If you like studio scale, you'll be excited about that. If it's the vintage, there's not really much change with the vintage. I'm not really doing too much change. Y'all saw the action figure cabinet that I built with the help of Jeff Sage and some other people. And I enjoyed building that. I love being out in my shop and building. Keeps my mind off of, life and everything that's going on in this crazy world that we live in. But yeah, so you guys, if y'all don't know, I'm pretty big into not just Star Wars, but I love Battlestar Galactica. And it's a really small room, and there's not a whole bunch of studio models for that, but I've got a good little collection going of the Battlestar Galactica models and their little cheesy toys. So I've got that little room that we're doing, and then in my main house, I've got a statue room that we built that I'm just going to keep like the quarter scale and third scale, legendary scale, and life size statues in. Never been really into statues, and I've lately kind of been getting into them. I like the bigger the better. I like them, I like it, grande. So, as you guys know, but yeah, so many things. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. Studio skill, that's good. Covers, I wish you could see your collection every day and try. Yes, good, good for you. John. Oh, that's cool. McFly, yeah. So yeah, I didn't mention that. So I do like Raiders. I do have the complete collection of the Kenner figures that came out in the vehicles, which are like, I mean, just the horse alone is like $700-800, and then yeah, I do have the complete collection of $6 Million Man. I don't have all the Jamies, but on the $6 Million Man side, I have everything except for this weird vehicle that had like a claw. It was like at the end of the series of $6 Million Man. It was like a robot machine. I remember it because I was kind of scared of it, but they have that as a toy, and I saw it once online. It's like $3,000, kind of stupid. It isn't even the scale of the $6 Million Man, so I just wasn't really interested in that. So, and then a few of the big doll GI Joes. I have a lot of the Action Man, like this Escape from the Mummy's Tomb and the little buggies and stuff. I love that stuff. I mean, it's the things that bring us back to our childhood. Everybody knows that. You know, what I wonder, guys, is kind of really off. It's like, you know, we 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 lean back to our childhood, right? Our childhood. I'm 52. Um, 52, yeah, 52. And I look back at my childhood, even though things were kind of stressful with my mom, and things that were going on when I was a child. I had a good childhood, but yet I look back to those times. That was my happy times, and then I wonder, like my daughter Haley, she's 12 years old. Pandemic, has to wear masks at school. I try to keep her into toys. It's funny because I feel like when I was a kid, that, like I said in my first video, I think, is that I was scared that I wasn't ever going to like toys anymore. Man, I was blessed. So I don't have to worry about that. But the bottom line is these kids, what I'm saying is when Haley's 52, is she going to look back and love her childhood? Probably, because the world's going to continue to just, they're going to keep coming out with movies like Star Wars where they're sucking on titties. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that stuff. But all kidding aside, though, I wonder if today's generation is going to be able to look back on their childhood like we do and be as excited as we get, because it's awesome. I'm blessed to remember those things and have a lot of those things from when I was a child, right? Am I rambling too much, guys? I'm probably just talking you guys to sleep, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so you guys I see in the comments, a lot of you guys are talking about um, uh, the studio scale models. And man, I've talked about it so much. But look, the good news is about studio scale models is, when you say studio scale, a lot of people just think they're models. There's certain things that I have that I'll call it studio scale, but it's really not an actual studio scale model used in the film. But that's okay. I have a Randy Cooper. Um, it was his original built um, Sandcrawler, and I call it studio scale, and it's not studio scale, but it's still in my studio scale collection. But anyways, as I start rambling off, the the studio scale models, they are hard to get, and it's hard to find a builder because there's a relationship on both sides of the actual builder, the person that's working on the model, and then is he good? Is he expensive? Is he ripping you off on the 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 owner of the model? Is he a jerk off and expects his stuff done in 30, 45 days? So there's a relationship that has to bond between a modeler and the person that owns the model. And once that comes together, and if it works out good, boom, you got beautiful music. And and I was that guy. I was lucky to have certain modelers that trusted me. I trusted them, and we've got a relationship now, right? and I'm continuing to be able to get models where the good thing is that I think that even though I am the last non-knowledge person, and I've never put myself out there to be know it all about studio models. For those of anybody that thinks that I think that, I don't, because I still don't. I learned so much about the Star Destroyer here, you know. Stuff. But I don't know it all. But to know that in today's time that the it's harder to get models, all this 3D printing stuff's coming out, and then you've got these companies like MYC. MYC is a company that he's knocking it out of the park, in my humble opinion. Michael's a super cool dude. Um, he comes through with everything he says he's going to do. I think his products are, I mean, I like better than Sideshow, to be honest with you, you know, and, you know, uh, so it's a good opportunity for you guys out there that want to get into studio scale, even though if some of them aren't exactly studio scale. I mean, I think it's enough to satisfy a person because collecting some of the things that I get, I mean, I can tell you guys some horror stories about certain things that I've got and the issues that were behind them. You know, but the bottom line is, you know, I know who to deal with now, and it sucks because I felt like Kurt Kuhn was kind of, and by the way, Kurt Kuhn, Modeler Magic, I felt like he was really trying to hand me the torch, and I felt really bad because I wasn't grabbing the torch and I wasn't running with it, and that's because, you know, look, I'm not techie, you know, and you have to upload and you have to, you know, put it out there, and I learned so much from Kurt Kuhn about studio scale modelers, and what's involved, because shit, I mean, think about it. Who really even knew that studio models were out there a couple of years ago? Really, not many. There was a few of us that were under the table, you know, getting these things going, and now it's huge because people like me are throwing out studio models and guys from other channels, and you know, now it's out there and everybody wants it. And you just can't get it, and it's like, what the hell? I mean, I don't understand. So it's almost like saying, hey, there's 25 rocket firing Boba Fett's. They're out there, and they're going to be for sale, and you can get one. They're really cool. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, how do I get one? And you know, it's kind of like that, you know, and it's weird, you know, it's crazy. But you guys on the studio stuff, look at the MYC guy and the product that he's selling through there. And if any of you guys are out there that have what it takes, you think, to build a model, there's Corbant. You know, you can buy some of his studio models, and you know, you can start with that. He's got the Y-wing, he's got the X-wing. He's got a few ships. You guys can go to his site and look at those, and you know, you can start by that. And there's a lot of reference now that you can get off of Modeler Magic, and you know, get ideas on how to paint. And there's so many kick-ass modelers out there that will reach out and give you the information that you need on color codes and what paints to buy or how to start using an airbrush. You know, if you think you might have that talent, I'll tell you what, I can't even tell you the amount of money I'd have in my bank account right now if I knew how to build those models. But I'll break them in a million pieces because I don't have the freaking patience for it. So I like just collaborating, getting the pictures, cutting them, and then that's my model. You know, I'm happy with that. And then I know it's going to be the best it can be. So that's what I think about that stuff. So don't give up on studio models. Just know that a lot of times that you're going to be getting 3D prints, which, you know, dude, it's nice. It's really, really nice. And now with the 3D printing, everything's out there and available, right? You can, if you can think about it in your head, you'll see it. You know, you can make it a reality. So I want so bad to tell you about this project I'm going on. Let's see. Okay, man, cool. Yeah, have a good night, Evan. Thanks for hopping on. Yes, you're right. Corbant models are not studio accurate, just studio scale. But that being said, though, that, you know, I don't know how into it that you are, but the majority of those people don't know, you know, that, oh, it had a Sherman tank part on this and this. It looks like a Y-wing. It's cool if the paint's on it. Who gives a crap? Because I'm going to tell you what right now. I don't know who or how you look at things. I'm that guy. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't, I'm just telling you, every one of those Kit Bass models were not all the same. Some of them were different, and there's a few people that get off to really making sure they have the most accurate thing. But you know what? It's okay though. The Corbanth model, there's nothing really wrong with it. I'm sorry, I don't have one, but there's nothing wrong with it. And yes, if you are looking for an accurate studio scale model, it's not your model, but I can tell you though, you can get a Corbanth model and paint the shit out of it, do a really kick-ass job, and it'll look just as good. Not accurate, but just as good. That's just my humble opinion. So, but yeah, keep in mind, I know a lot of people in the modeling world, and these guys are all about accuracy, and they're nerd balls, and there's 15 or so of these guys that actually truly know what's accurate and what's not accurate. Me, I have never been that guy where I care that, look, it's got to be 1,000% accurate. Perfect example. But anyway, so. Um, but thanks for the nice words, dude, for sure. I love talking about the studio, so we can talk about that all night. So it's cool, Marcel, my boy. Hey, Marcel, are you like freaking out that I'm doing a live stream? This is my first live stream. Isn't that cool? So that's really cool. All you guys, I've got quite a few subs, and I just don't do a lot of, videos, and I want to make sure that it's really cool stuff. So, oh, is there no sound? Oh, you're kidding me. No sound? Oh, man. Still no sound? Oh. But do I have sound now, though? Do I have sound now? Let me know. Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, am I good? Hi. Hey, how are you? Can you guys hear me right now? Okay. I'm so sorry. Look, I'm still I'm learning everything here, and I'm rambling like no tomorrow with you guys, and about studio models. Sorry about that. I get a little antsy and carried away. Okay. All right. Thanks, Marcel. I was just saying some really cool things about you too, Marcel. That it's cool having you on the channel. Seeing, it's my first um, stream, my first live stream on my channel. It's really cool. Kind of miss Gabe. Where's my sidekick Gabe? Hey, buddy, how you doing? My that's one of my sons there. How you doing, buddy? That's right. I got to start someplace. That's right. So does anybody listening in right now to me just ramble and ramble and ramble? Golly, I said some pretty cool things and y'all missed that. So I felt really good about it. But do y'all have any questions for me about the channel or projects or anything in the near future? Oh, very cool. Thank you for that. Good deal. Well, hopefully I don't make you fall asleep when you're working on your model. You know, one thing that Gabe and I didn't talk about last night, it's crazy, but I was really shocked that I heard there was um, a lot of people were talking about the Rancor through HasLab. And every one of their projects has made it through, but then through some of the Instagram posts, I was reading all these negative things about the Rancor, and it was crazy because it was 9,000, and like 2 days before it was like 5,600, and then 2 hours I was sitting in my hot tub chilling, and there was like 2 hours left, and there was over like 8,000, 8,100 or something. And then I hear that they were short by just like 450, and so I guess they kicked the Rancor to the curb, which sucks because some of the comments I read about what they were including with that Rancor, which was like one figure, and then if you get to like 10,000 or 11,000 or 12,000, they'll do this many. Well, they're right. Some of the posts that I read about they should with what that is and for the price, they should have included both of the figures and all of the other little things. And I mean, if I was HasLab and I'm not their bank or their know everything that goes on behind the scenes, I would have still kicked this thing through. You've got 8,500 something. I figured out at $300+ what the money is to go into production to build that stuff, and there's still profit to be made, I think. But I don't know, right? I know they're licensed and they got to pay Lucasfilm and whatnot, but I think that they owe it to the fans because the people, there's a lot of them that are they're flippers that buy those, but the majority of them aren't. They're people like you and me that really love Star Wars and the collection and have been collecting. Let's face it, most of the people that are going to pay over $300 for a toy, it's the older group. It's not the younger ones, right? So I think that they should have said, you know what, this one's for the fans. We didn't make it to our 9,000 mark. We made it to 8,500, which actually was a little more than that. But not only are we going to continue this, but we're going to include all of the figures just as a thank you and go into production and boom. Because, dude, these guys are coming out with freaking action figures that are remakes and they're $20 at Walmart. I don't even look at them anymore. I don't even go down the toy aisle. I remember running down the toy aisles to get that stuff, and now I could care less about that stuff because it's just there's so much detail in them now, and I know the cost to build and make them is more, but it's not for me. I like just some of the cool things I heard last night. Matt was telling me that they're going to be doing the droid line. I heard they're already hitting for the vintage droid line carded things, which is cool. But I know a few people over at Hasbro that works in the Star Wars um, area, and I haven't talked to them since the Rancor thing, but I'm just curious on if anything's going to change with that. My humble opinion. So, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Michelle. Hey, what's up? That's cool. Yeah. So- oh yeah, we are doing an in-depth. That's what we were shooting yesterday, buddy. When y'all were waiting to eat tacos next door, we were doing that video on the Star Destroyer. So, but what else, guys? What else you guys want to talk about? I've been watching you since the first Collection Wars videos. You're like a close friend for me now, bro. Right back at you. So it's that's my favorite part of this is because we all are, Star Wars collectors are into Star Wars some way somehow, and most of the time the people that we know that are surrounded by us, they look at us like we're like the eyeball, the weird ones, but they're really the weird ones, and we're the normal ones, with backgrounds like this and Star Destroyers and stuff. Nah, but all kidding aside, you guys, it's a collaboration and we are friends. So even though you haven't met me in person, which I hope that one day you guys will get to, I love sharing my stories with you guys, and the reason is because, like when I shared my story about getting arrested at Skywalker Ranch, that was an exciting thing that I did, and it's fun to talk about now, but at the time, I want you guys to know that I was, I mean, I didn't even want to live anymore. I know that sounds like, what the hell, but I was right out of high school, and I wasn't a college person, and I loved film. I wanted so bad to go to LA and get into the film industry, and, you know, I accomplished so much in LA the year that I was there. I snuck on a lot of sets, by the way, and never got in trouble. I actually met security guards that would let me on the sets, and I'd get to walk in the back with them and see like the Little House on the Prairie, Dallas, and where they shot movies like Arachnophobia. I got to work on Arachnophobia, which was really cool. But the Star Wars Skywalker Ranch thing, I didn't have it in my head that I was going to meet Lucas and him say, you know what, come over here and let me show you around the ranch. Yeah, that wasn't what I was thinking even at 20. But it also wasn't, put your hands on top of your head. That isn't what I expected either. But it happened. But I did get to have my say the next day when I went back to the ranch, and they thought, holy cow, this guy's gonna, they didn't have Unabombers back then, so they weren't worried about that. But I was told by the ranch manager that they were afraid that, they just have to protect, Lucas. But I wasn't a crazy, I need to see George Lucas kind of guy. I wanted to be a part of it. John Knoll did Rogue One. He was lucky. He was one of the lucky ones who made that phone call and got in. I did make the initial phone call when I flew there. Yeah, I flew all the way there to get into the ranch. And he would just happen to be in town and made the phone call. And they told him to come over there and look at him. He's one of the high execs. And I feel that I could have been one of those guys. But would I change anything for what I have now? Never. Never. No. I am so blessed with everything that I have in my life. I wouldn't have my kids. I wouldn't have my lovely wife. There's so many things that I wouldn't have, accomplished, and it's just weird to wonder, how things would have been if, something would have happened there, I still came back and was directed a feature film, and, I know film inside and out. I really know the process, and it's just a hard thing. It's just stressful, but I was able to create and do, there's so many people out there that are so talented and deserve to be in the industry if that's what they wanted, but it'll never happen for them. It's a fate thing. It's kind of like rolling the dice, and you don't know unless you try, right? So if there's something that you guys want to do, you're inspired by, I don't care if it's building a collection room or, going to get this job or going to talk to your dad that you hadn't talked to in 20 years. You only live once. Go do it, and live. I know for a fact you live on this earth once. I know that's a fact, So enjoy it the best that you can. And Star Wars and you guys are what I enjoy. So, but I'm gonna wrap this pretty soon here. What time is it? It's about 5:20. I'll be happy to hang with you guys for a little bit. I honestly was gonna be out on my mountain bike riding today, and starting to get dark, so I'd rather be hanging out with you guys than out riding my bike. But now this fat guy needs to lose some poundage. I almost ran over a freaking rattlesnake the other day. It's a true story. He was about 4.5 feet, laid out, and I was looking down and I was riding, and I look up and right there, I hit my brakes. I kind of fell. I put one foot down and he coiled up real quick, and he wasn't rattling, but I shot a quick video of him, and but I hate snakes. I'll give him the ring with a freaking bear before a snake all day long, man. There's no way you can maul me. No, I'm gonna die with big old claws, but I do not want to get hit by a rattlesnake, right? So sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, so my sidekick Gabe, he's at his second home over at Disney right now. Crazy. What's going on? I miss you too, Jens. We've been talking a little bit about you. Yeah, the rattlesnake thing was pretty creepy. We've had a couple of them out here, but a lot of you people know that I live in Texas. It isn't what you think, where it's like tumbleweeds and cattle and snakes. But every once in a while, here, since I've lived here in 8 years, I've seen an 8-foot rattlesnake here, and I didn't have anything to get it with. But we found a couple 4-footers, but we've got like 6 cats outside of that are neutered, and just keeping an eye on the mice and the snakes and whatnot around the house. So it's good. Ah, thank you, Michelle. Thank you for that. Sean Gonzalez, the Proton Pack. Hey, you know what? Yeah, so I went and saw that. I don't know the details about the Proton Pack, guys. Um, but I was talking to Jason Eaton the other day on the phone, and he was telling me he got like teary eyed, and I figured what it was going to be about. I'm not going to say it, but it was very entertaining. And I don't think that you have to go see or know the original Ghostbusters to go and enjoy the Ghostbusters that's been out right now. Sean brought up a good point. It had a lot to do, it was in the same realm of Stranger Things, which when you look at Stranger Things, kind of thought you think back of Goonies or Stand By Me, and those are the movies that you just want to live in, you know. I think it had pretty good adventure, you know. Um, I mean, it was an entertaining film, and it's the first time I went to a movie in 2 years since right before COVID. So I sure hope that the movie theaters survive all this bullshit because, I mean, movie theaters, you know. I still remember drive-ins, you know, and everything seems to be just going away, you know. It's going to be, give us another 15 years and not going into a preaching thing. Maybe not 15 years, but I really can see our planet looking like a wide shot. Let's just say realistically, 40 years from now, I see our planet a wide shot of California. Well, California already looks like this. A wide shot of Blade Runner, the first one from the 80s. You remember that? All the smokestacks and the smog and everything. I mean, let's just face it. I mean, oh, you want to see a real pretty forest? Well, let me pull it up on the laptop screen and put it on the wall. There you go. You're in your forest now. No, screw those. Anyway, I get off easy. I got a problem in my head. Sorry. Let's see. It's a badass background. Yeah, Jens, I built this real quick, man. When you left, I built this real fast. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I know Lee lives pretty close to you. I don't know, have you met? Have you had a chance, Michelle, to meet Lee in person? Oh, that's cool, Michelle. I never saw Star Wars in a drive-in, but we actually have a drive-in here. It's a new modern one, and I actually pondered back in the '90s of opening up my own because I'm into cars and hot rods and stuff, and I thought it'd be really really cool to have it, you know, because you can listen to everything through your radio nowadays, you know. I remember running down at the drive-ins, running just, I didn't care about the movies. I would go to get the snacks, and I remember running real fast. And one of them was down a hill, so the cars could still see the screen. And I was running really fast, and I didn't see, you pull those speakers off those things, and you'd hang them on your car. And it was on a pickup truck, and I was maybe, I don't know, 10. And I remember it was Chainsaw Massacre, and I didn't care to watch that. I was scared shitless. But anyway, I was running back, and I had my popcorn and my drink, and my cousin Ricky was running, and I hit the wire that has the speaker on the window. I destroyed that dude's vehicle. I don't remember what happened. I don't think it broke his glass, but I know it knocked those big old. You remember those big things, those big speakers, and you just hang them on your door. It's hilarious. Nowadays, you would not do that. But I remember that well. That's really cool times. Yeah, the good drive-in theaters. Oh, you haven't met Lee? Yeah, you ain't missing nothing. First time seeing a New Hope was in a drive-in. Wow, that's cool, Marcel. I hope everything's subsided for you guys up there in the flooding. I know you had told me about a week ago. The flooding was pretty bad. And God bless the families in Kentucky for the tornadoes. I've been hit here with everything except for a tornado. I've been hit with softball hail, and, well, no earthquakes either, but, it's scary stuff. We're definitely in an area that you can get a tornado, and holy shit, and you see what nature can do to kind of just put you back in your place and where we still are in life, that we aren't in charge. It's just scary, and it sucks that children have to suffer through stuff like that, and families, so it's just, damn, if we had some better technology to get us out of these areas quicker, but it's just too, I don't think that'll ever happen, but God bless those families, for sure. Yeah, I love talking about the drive-in days. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I hear there's going to be a new Chainsaw uh, movie coming out, Sean. I don't know if it was a fake deal, but I think I saw it just this morning about a Chainsaw movie coming out. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre was calm, good, still on gas rationing, really. Yeah, everybody panics, man, panic mode. Yeah, yeah, wow, it must have been pretty bad, huh? That sucks. So, but that's cool. I got everybody watching in here, and you guys are so super cool. But yeah, so I think what my plan is obviously I want to have good content when I hop on with you guys and talk cool. Today was just my tester, and I'm sorry about all the the problems that I was having here with the sound and not realizing, but I'm learning. So unless you guys have any other questions right now, um, I'd like to say thanks for hopping on your Sunday, and the the ball speeder should be here tomorrow. What we premiered as our first exclusive through Collection Wars. So I'm hoping that Gabe can hop on and we can kind of go over it. These things are going to have a really nice plaque. Um, I hope James is okay with me telling you that. He showed me what the plaques look like. Very professional, and I'm proud of him to see this guy grow, like Marcel and Michelle, seeing these people grow in the community. It's really cool how everybody supports everybody, and that's how life should be, you know? I mean, can you imagine if the world was just like all of us, just happy freaking Star Wars dudes? I mean, man, we could be singing "We Are the World" every day, you know? So, but look, let's see if you guys have any questions. Let's see. You know what? I like Aliens. I like one was okay. It was kind of scary when it came out when I was little, but I like Aliens too. I really enjoyed that one, but it's never been a really big thing for me. But like I like to watch I like a lot of sci-fi movies, right? But out of the Aliens, like the newer ones, even some of the newer ones were pretty good too. Um, but um, but remember The Fly. The Fly was very. It was good, but I don't know. Goldblum, if that's the one you're talking about with Jeff Goldblum that did that one, freaking gross. What I think about that when I see how that movie was done, but it was well done, and but I like the sci-fi stuff. But lately, I don't know if you guys know this, because I mentioned it I think on Collection Wars, but Lee was telling me about Tubi. I haven't been on any of that stuff, and Buck Rogers. I have Battlestar Galactica, all of those, but still, it's cool to be able to go watch like Fantasy Island and some of the old, Leave It to Beaver. I love freaking Leave It to Beaver, and my favorite all-time TV show is Andy Griffith, the black and white ones, and then of course I like Cheers. I love Cheers. I grew up in the '80s with Cheers, and my mom owned a bar for 40 years, and I could relate to it. A lot of the goofy stuff that goes on in there is pretty cool. So, yeah, for no problem, Michelle. Hey, you like that background, huh? That's pretty cool, right? So I don't know if you guys heard this because I started talking. I know there's like one or two of you that did, but my gallery upstairs that I have, it's the interior. The layout was supposed to be like the interior of the Death Star or the Star Destroyer, but my first layout was going to be this background. In the background wall that I have all my studio scale models on, my plan was to have these windows and then to have projected TIE fighters flying by every once in a while. Wouldn't that be cool? And I can still do it, but it's really hard to manipulate with the deals, and the technology wasn't there when I was, for me anyways, when I was putting it together. So, long story short, I have to build this room, not only build a room that looks kind of like the Death Star, but where I can display collectibles, so this background just wasn't practical, so I decided not to do it. Plus, I was going to have to do a really fancy ceiling that even though they didn't, only part of theirs, most of that was all painted in the movie, but yeah, I think it'd be really, really cool. But the square footage just, it wouldn't have worked out, so. But it is really cool background, so it's not going to be my background. I just needed it for today because I just happen to have this huge blue screen. Let's see here. Anything else, guys? Anything? So, like I said, upcoming, we're going to be talking a lot about some tutorials. I'm going to be hopping online and showing you guys, building out the room. That stuff I think is always inspiring to see that kind of stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of built-in shelves in here with the dioramas. But, there's a lot of footwork that goes into making sure that the room it'll eat this room up like nothing. And this is the room that I'm in right now is where we're going to actually be doing the 6-scale room. So, but we'll keep you updated. We'll show you guys cool pictures, and we'll talk about this stuff with my buddy Gabe on Collection Wars. And stay tuned because Gabe and I have a lot of really, really cool things here in the near future that we're going to be doing. And I know you guys have been asking a lot about the t-shirts and whatnot, and as this website goes live, so will the t-shirts. You'll be able to buy those, and I guarantee you guys in the next couple of weeks it'll be live. The biggest thing was getting the good quality t-shirts and getting everything set up, but we've already had everybody pretty much pick their favorite the shirts, the Collection Wars t-shirts and whatnot. And I am going to be creating some Star Killer 77 shirts with my logo. I think it's pretty cool. I'm doing them for me, so I figure I'll make some extra ones if anybody's interested. I'm not here to make money on you. If you want a shirt, cover the cost, it's yours. So, anything else? And I had a really, really good time. This is so exciting. This is my first stream with you guys, and thank y'all for hooking up with me. And I think I'm going to have as much trouble getting off this as I did getting on this. So, but I just want to say to all you guys one more time, thank you so much for your support with the channel and what Gabe and I do on Collection Wars means so much to me, your friendships. So you guys enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to go watch Yellowstone tonight. I love Yellowstone. It's a badass. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. But you guys have a good, happy week, okay? And look for me sometime midweek because I am going to be showing you guys some pretty cool stuff. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. We'll be talking to you soon.